Hey ladies and gentlemen, today I have rather good news. Good news in the way that even certain people on the left are starting to realize that maybe, like, share, hit the bell notification, look at this.
So, we live in a prison yard in this country where just everything is tribal, and like anything to do with schools or education is something really the Democrats have to answer for because they control it. I mean, if you look at the Democratic convention, it's like 3/4 of them are teachers. My sister's a teacher. I'm a big defender of teachers, but what's going on in the schools is outrageous, and somebody needs to answer for it. I was seeing a couple of weeks ago while we were off a 6-year-old in Virginia. 6-year-old brought a gun to school in Newport News. My day it was an apple. Shot the teacher, which is horrible in itself. But here's the quote I thought was very interesting. This is from the school librarian. It's talking about how students are routinely assaulted. She said, every day in school, in one of our schools, teachers, students, and other staff members are being hurt. Every day they're hit, they're beaten, they're bitten, they're beaten. How did we completely lose control? How could any kid learn in this atmosphere when you can't even survive? And these are all schools. It's not just inner city schools. I hear this anecdotally from people. We've completely lost control of our schools.
I mean, that's enough. I mean, you gave everybody human right to human right everything. You made a school that always blames something in the past. That's why the kid cannot count. That's why 2 plus 2 is 5. How does that make sense? You have all these gender that they can jump onto, validate them to give them purpose, instead of something they can do in normal in a society to find confidence. Now you have some kids that don't have mothers at home or whatever. Certain kids are maybe more aggressive. I don't know. We need to help all the kids. We cannot filter. But then you don't care about the kids coming beating the other kids. And then you want to complain, hey, they're not learning. I guess it's black supremacy or white supremacy or some supremacy, gender supremacy. And I'm like, yo, of course the kids are going to go crazy if there is no stable ground. What do you think is going to happen to the kids when they think they can do whatever they want? You have to take in consideration, these schools, 3/4 of them, they are in Democrats' hands. You guys are responsible for this keep happening everywhere. You are in power. And sometimes you try to pass these laws behind the parents' back. And when they disagree, you label them as terrorists, as if you are the parents. No wonder you want the moms not to stay at home and guide the kids, because you want to make sure they think like you.
What's the root cause of why kids are allowed to run over, ramshot over a school like this? Isn't it parents? If the parents disciplined the kids, would they be able to do this in the school?
Well, I mean,
It turns out,
And no one wants to go after the parents because those are your voters. But that's who you have to look. If you really want to be real about it, that's where the problem begins.
I think parents.
And I'm really sorry that I have to go after the parents. I always go after the parents because most of them, they don't want to educate their kid. They want to play victim. My child is this. I need help. Bada bing, bada boom. And all I'm saying is maybe we need to promote a lifestyle that there is somebody there and not depend on the government. Because if mommy is there or daddy is there, if we promote that a little more, other than give one sex way more power over the kids and assume, hey man, I'm a victim, you're going to create a society when a kid asks the mom or the father, was I a difficult person? Usually, I think Papa would be very direct. I don't think mommy, because mommies are usually empathetic and you're good at it.
Are from single mother homes. 90% of homelessness and runaway children are from single mother homes.
You can't put that on the mother.
85% of children who show behavioral disorders are from single mother homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems are from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes. 70% of youths in operated institutions are from single mother homes. 80% of all the youths that are in prison are from single mother homes. This shows that boys and girls need both their mother and their father. And I will tell you, as a father, I know from raising my son that he needs both me and his mother in his life.
The social significance of this is rather obvious once we realize that it's the family more than any other institution. where children learn that they are morally obligated to people, places, institutions, and traditions they did not personally choose for themselves, but instead chose them. And that cultivates a sense of fidelity and responsibility that's absolutely indispensable to a flourishing society.
But if it was such a hard job, why did you even make it? Oh, you trusted that person? Well, that's why we said don't have sex. But I have my human right. How the heck is that your human right? It pisses me off. It's sex. Sex is for adults. It's not that I don't think you cannot have fun, but I was way more responsible than most people to go have a funky with a lady because my father told me if you have a baby, it will ruin your life. Don't have sex with any woman. Don't bring any wretched woman because usually it represents discontrol in your family. Don't bring that at home. My father would have kicked me out bringing already a wretched woman at home. But having a baby, he might have kicked me even harder. That's what he said, hoping I would never do that. Would he have done it? No. He told me I just did it because I had to scare you. And he made me see. After telling me that, he went to show me, oh, look at that girl. No father. Look at how poor. Look at how poor. What about the rich one? I'm not going to take care of you. I don't have that freaking money. You're going to work. Where's your girlfriend gonna stay? In my house? No. You go to her mother. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to anybody's. Well, don't have the baby.
Why do you have to teach it? Why does the 4-year-old come in, instead of teaching them the colors, you're telling them pick your pronoun?
Well, yeah.
Where on earth did that come from? And who told us it was going to be imposed on children?
And now it's in
Yes.
school curriculum everywhere. I told my kids when this wokeness started happening, this gender thing started happening, it's pretty new. I said, don't be coming home with your gender pronouns. You better be coming home with A's and B's. I mean, that's what it really should be about, our education system.
Well,
and it's not,
But more and more you look at this curriculum, it's all about that stuff.
Well,
It's
that's
all
the
about
thing.
identity. It's all about being queer or trans. I mean, children can't understand that stuff. Not in kindergarten.
And you say that as a queer.
I honestly, I don't want to teach 5-year-olds about being gay. I think it's wait a little bit. And they'll pick it up anyway. It's not like they can't watch the TV. I mean, you don't, but what they're doing is not telling them that. They're telling them something worse. They're telling them that people can choose to be a boy or a girl or neither or both or something else entirely.
Right.
That is a lie. You can't. And it's done in order to placate certain special interests in Washington, namely the LGBTQIA plus people who also have been captured by the far left. We should say no to this.
I don't know, why isn't, I just don't understand why this is the hill the Democratic Party wants to die on.
Look, man, I believe this is all linked. It's not that you don't see it coming. I think it was never possible until the T appeared. Because once the T appeared and once they started cutting parts of kids and everything, immediately, they started with adults. But they realized, once we do this, they're medically connected to the hospital forever. When they do this, they're medically connected to the hospital. But then they were like, there's something interesting. We have their kids for so long, especially when mommy isn't home. We can educate these kids in a specific way and they cannot go against these moral points because they will lose moral points. Mothers is not going to open their mouth. And even if they attack the mother, the Democrats might also believe, oh my gosh, we might really lose our voters, that we educated in a way to think that way. And now they have access to kids that they can cut their stuff. And now in California, if the mother disagree, they can remove your kid. This is all about money. That is what I believe. I think this is all about money. By making people feel guilty, let a mob do the pushing, and the hospital is like, I didn't advocate for this. That's why most of these schools that are strict, they don't have kids that think like this, because that is a stable ground. Call it dictatorship if whatever you want. Parents need to provide solid ground. Parents don't need to provide human right in a way that they can do whatever they want without consequence. That's stupid.
Administration is all in on that.
Well, they will not say a word against it, even though plenty of other countries in Europe are
Yes,
establishing. Plenty of the media in the New York Times, even the Washington Post, have begun to consider maybe there's problems with these puberty
Yes.
blockers and these early interventions, and maybe we shouldn't intervene so early. And the Biden administration is no enemies whatsoever to the left ever.
Right.
We will never say anything but this is essential, obvious, and we should transit as soon as possible. And it's just, I don't even think Biden is that behind this, but he's certainly controlled by people who are.
Well, medical schools are behind this, actually.
Yes.
You've read stories
And that's
about...
the problem, is it?
Yeah,
Right.
they're training these medical
Yes.
students to say that
Yeah.
puberty blockers are reversible. They're
Right.
not,
And
actually.
this is coming from we're the science people.
Right.
Not science, it's...
All right. Thank you very much.
And then the medical school comes in. And now they are going to tell you what you're not. As you saw in the last video that I did, one was, hey, I think I'm T. And suddenly, after she does it, she felt like the doctors aren't listening at her. Like, yo, you're talking stupidity. I think you're gay anyway. And I'm like, yo, maybe you could have solved this with therapy. No, because before she did anything, therapy, if they disagreed with her, oh my God, you're gonna lose your license. But then after therapy, you can tell them, well, I guess you didn't tell us the truth. Well, now the truth is you're gay. The Democrat, the left-leaning people need to start realizing what they're doing, because they're gonna create a generations of victims that, oh my God, when I'm old, I need to depend on them. I don't want to see them in power, because clearly, if they don't really care about how the parents think about their own kids, do you really think they care about the grandpas? Yeah, no, they're all right-wingers. We don't care. If they're old, they're right-wingers. They're old school. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm gonna go crazy again. Maybe. Peace.